Good afternoon. Today is March 23rd, 2023. The Board of Public Works and Safety is called to order. Today, the first item of business on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from February 23rd, 2023. Are there any revisions required? Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
And I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve the minutes is, we just approved it. No unfinished business. On to the new business. Item A is the approval of uniform conflict of interest disclosure statement for David, is it Guidry? For Dave's Irrigation. Are there any questions or comments on this?
I can just really quickly, we did this recently. Basically, it's just the state law. You fill out this form. It's a specific disclosure that must be made in writing, and all you guys need to do is accept it in a public meeting. Basically, it's any time that an employee may derive a profit from a contract or purchase. So here it's one of our firefighters is the owner of a company, Dave's Lawn and Irrigation, and they plan to install an irrigation system at the new fire station. So he has filled out the form, and if you all accept it in the public meeting, our controller submits it to the SBOA, and then my office, we actually have to send it to the circuit court clerk too. So this is the first step in just documenting that.
And we did get at least 3 bids on this, and it was considerably less for the same scope of work. So I went to the attorney to find out I wanted to make sure I was following all the rules, and not just because it's a firefighter, but it's based on the scope of work and the price differential. So I just want to make sure we were following all the rules with filing these correct forms.
Well, it doesn't do good work, then you know where to find them. Right?
Exactly. I know where their pay's coming from.
Yeah.
We know where he works, where he lives, where he hangs out.
All right. Are there any questions or comments from anybody else? But no, thank you for that.
Okay.
Appreciate it very much.
And this would just be a motion to accept the form.
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept the disclosure statement?
Motion to accept.
I second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All in favor, motion is approved for item A. So, next item on the agenda is item B, approval of meeting notice for the election of the Police Merit Commissioner. Do we have any questions or comments on the item?
I may. This is the request for the election of a member of the Merit Commission by the membership of the department. As we all know, there's 2 members on the commission appointed from the department, 2 from the mayor's office, and 1 from the council. So this is one of the members to be appointed by the membership, and a public notice of that. It's all required by law.
We've done that before.
Yep, I do remember. Questions?
I had my question already answered prior.
Yeah, I have no questions. We've done this several times in the past for various meetings. Do we have a motion for approval?
Motion to approve.
And I second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is approved. Thank you very much, Chief.
Thank you.
And item C is the approval and acceptance of proposal from Meadow Lawn Care LLC for property violation remediation.
This is a contract vendor, is a returning vendor from last year. This particular vendor does all of our redevelopment properties. And it's a fixed price. It's outlined in your in the contract that you guys got earlier. And DPW would just appreciate it if you would authorize this vendor for us and this proposal.
Yeah, fixed price is good.
Yeah,
Good job on the contract there.
that'd be her.
Good job on that. Do we have a motion for approval?
Motion to approve?
And I second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion, or item C is approved. Next item is the acceptance of proposal for KAL Solutions for property violation remediation.
So KAL Solutions is a new vendor that we're going to try this year. He beat the vendor we used last year quite considerably in the trash removal rates and even on the lawn rates. So I'd like to try this new vendor this year, if you guys would approve and accept the proposal from KAL.
And do we have a motion for approval?
I don't have any questions, so motion to approve?
Second. I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item D is approved. Next item on the agenda is item E. Approval for issuance of request for proposal, solid waste collection and disposal, and recycling collection services.
So this is our trash provider. The contract expires in November. So as you know, we issued the proposed RFP. The new statute allows potential respondents to provide comments and questions. So we incorporated some comments into this final version and answered questions and sent those answers around to everyone and posted them online. So now I've sent you all the red line. You can see the red line version of this new RFP. And so what we would do if you issue this would be to issue it today, and then respondents have until May 8th, which is more than the statutory 30 days. Right now we have 4 interested companies, so I would recommend that you do allow us to give this to all of the interested companies and allow them to respond. And if you have any questions, just let me know. If not, it would just be a motion to issue it and provide it to the respondents.
I have a couple of quick questions on the RFP.
Go for it.
On the, there's verbiage in here about them not completing their services or picking up. How, I know there, it says if they have X amount, but how are we tracking that? Because normally you would call the service provider that there was issues.
So what we're going to do with that, Mark, is the provider, whoever it is, would have to notify us that they are not going to make the collection, and they have until noon the next day to get that collected without any penalties. I believe the city's intention, and we're looking at budget-wise, is to hire a person that specifically oversees this trash contract. That will be their job. They will take all the complaints, they will order all the trash cans, anything and everything that has to do with trash, this person will, that will be their sole focus. And so they'll be tracking that and keeping track of how many times that happens and what the contract calls for and penalties or fines for not meeting the contract parameters. That's one of the issues we have now. Right now, I'm in charge of all that, and I have so many other hats I wear. I just cannot keep track of all of the contract failings.
And that is the reason I'm asking, is
Yeah.
because the heavy day pickup currently is not being honored.
And we're changing that completely. We're only going to offer, instead of a monthly heavy trash, we're going to offer a spring cleanup and a fall cleanup. And those dates will be determined, or you'll have to contract the hauler directly and make arrangements with them and pay a per item price.
Okay,
And so there will not be any more heavy trash put out on the curb unless there's a agreement with the hauler to pick that up. And if they do put it out, they'll get a violation notice and they'll have to get it off the curb or get fined or we'll have one of our contractors go pick it up for them.
Okay.
And then they'll get a lien.
So, and I was looking for this in there, is there anything in here about contacting the residents on holidays that they will not pick up?
We will do a calendar, just like we do now,
Okay.
that states, and actually the holidays that they won't collect are outlined
Are in
in the
there.
contract.
Oh, did I miss?
We've already,
But we will need to make sure that the residents get it. I don't know
Yes.
if that's in there, but
it will definitely be, right now you have a calendar on the website. We will have the same type of communication with them. I plan on putting it in the Lawrence Lifts, so that'll go out in their water bills.
Okay.
So we'll communicate the change, and we're going to be having a lot of blasts on social media about, we'll have a public meeting and all that
we
for,
even have a town hall
Yeah.
set up for this.
Yep.
And then, of course, there are comments allowed before
Right.
the contract is awarded. So we actually get to get some public input before then
yeah.
for the new statute, so.
And when we do the awarding of the RFP, can we have some rules set up? I mentioned that earlier. Rules set up on comment, time allowed,
Yeah.
that kind of thing that we can read?
Yes. We could do that for the public hearing. And then, of course, we would, we plan to set up like an internal review group that has specific scoring guidelines. And so everything would be scored similarly. And then, yes, if we have public speaking, we can definitely set up uniform parameters and timelines and things like that so that everybody gets the same chance.
Not that I'm expecting anything.
You never know.
Never know. I understand.
All right, thank you.
And then there will be a point where we can ask a couple of questions too. Okay.
Yes.
All
If you
right.
have any questions now, you can ask.
I have two, but I have not formulated them yet.
Okay.
They're on my
Working.
phone. I was looking at a couple of articles this past winter about some issues, and I wanted to see if their response to how they mitigated those issues.
Yeah.
Now you have me curious. All right. If there's no other questions or comments, do we have a motion for approval?
Motion to approve?
And I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The approval of issuance of requests for proposals for the solid waste collection and disposal and recycling is approved.
Thank you.
Yes. That is all the items today. Do we have any comments from the administration? Are there any citizens' comments? No?
Not that I've received.
Okay. Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
And I second. We are ready to adjourn.
Thank you.
We are done.